Did you really just say that assimilation is good because of tacos and brisket? Making light of a serious situation is exactly what leftists think of when they talk about people on the right. I'm not making light of the situation, ma'am. My point is that as a sign of wonderful assimilation into this country, our cultures blend, and that includes our food traditions. I may have a problem. My wife and kids think I have a problem. Do y'all know now? I counted the other day. I actually have over 300 cookbooks. 300. I don't think it's a problem. I have cookbooks going back to like the 1800s. They had some great recipes in the 1800s that are still worth good. One of them is a yeasted waffle that I make for the kids in the morning. It's got yeast in it and it rises overnight. And you put it in the waffle iron. It's fantastic. It was a recipe from the Reconstruction era America. It's just fantastic. I love cook, and I don't actually cook many of the recipes in the cookbooks. I read the recipes, and they give me insight into the recipes that I want to make. This weekend, I conjured a recipe from my head, but it was based on reading a lot of cookbooks. I made basically a hot pocket, but it was chicken pot pie turnover. I used puff pastry. I added chicken and bacon and onion and potato and baked it in the oven, and it was, oh my gosh, it was a winner. It was a hit on the front porch. I made it up off the top of my head. It's like if I add this and this and this and this and put these seasonings in and put it in puff pastry and bake it, it's going to be good. And it was good. It was. And I think that the food traditions of the United States are part of our assimilation. And here's what I mean by this, and I don't mean it pejoratively. I don't mean it flippantly. I mean it very seriously. In our society, we have a common tradition that almost everyone embraces for example, Thanksgiving. You have the turkey. You know, when we lived overseas, Americans got turkeys for Thanksgiving, and everybody's, why are you importing? I lived in as Charlie and Philip know, I grew up in Dubai. Kills them every time I say it. And the American, we would get turkeys for Thanksgiving, and everybody's like, what the hell is this thing? It's a turkey. I had a friend who was a teacher in Hungary, and everyone wanted to eat in American houses. Why? Because the Americans in Hungary, this is before the fall of communism. This is in the 80s. In communist Hungary, Americans got full-sized ovens. Nobody else did. The entire reason that Americans were the people who got full-sized ovens when no one else in the country could get a full-sized oven was a turkey for Thanksgiving. True story. The tradition continued in the 90s. The fall of the Soviet Union, more and more expats coming into those countries. It was hard to get a full-sized oven unless you were an American because Americans needed a full-size oven for a turkey. We have turkey. You got the stuffing, whether you put it in the bird or make it on the side as dressing. You have the cranberries, whether you want the stuff in the can or the traditionally made stuff. I don't want any of it. Cranberries are gross. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, green beans, you name it, Americans have a meal. But in our religious traditions, they're still very distinct, and so they're not assimilated. And so Jews have particular foods that they tend to eat for their holidays. Indians have particular foods they eat for their religious holidays. Christians have particular foods they tend to eat for their holidays, and those are not really similar. The Christians mostly are because our society has been so Christian, but there are distinct traditional recipes that cultures make that are not assimilated into American society, and that's what I'm getting at. In the greater assimilation of American society, where our religions remain somewhat distinct, but we're all Americans, we have all these foods now, whether it's a taco or a quesadilla or a hamburger or a brisket or a hot dog or pizza or spaghetti, that they symbolize now not Italians or Chinese or Mexicans or American. They symbolize Americans. These things are representative of our assimilation of society, and they're good things that we've assimilated in society. They're not bad things. And the left, you know, what do they say now? Because the left opposes cultural assimilation. If I go make fried rice, they say it's cultural appropriation. If a white guy starts a taco truck, it's cultural appropriation. If a Mexican American starts a Chinese food truck, it's cultural appropriation. I got to tell you, I'm starting to get sold on some of the amalgamated Asian Mexican dishes that I've encountered. They're actually pretty intriguing stuff. It's a sign of our cultural health when we assimilate, and it's the left that opposes that assimilation. And one of the ways you see assimilation in society is through food culture. Think about Great Britain. Do you know what one of the major British dishes? The British, by the way, have terrible cuisine. They conquered the world because they needed spices to improve their cuisine. In Great Britain, you know what one of the household dishes is for like white native-born British people, like multi-century British people? Is curry. Because they conquered India, and the Indians conquered Britain with their food culture. That level of assimilation is a good thing. I didn't mean it to be flippant. I'm deadly serious that you see cultural assimilation through food. So the taco is as American as the hamburger, which some would say came from Germany, which isn't really true, but nonetheless, you get my point. And in Great Britain, beans and toast is as British as curry, which is actually better than beans and toast. We should be assimilated. It is only in our distinct religious traditions where we see foods that aren't assimilated. And what the left would prefer is that none of our foods were assimilated. They call it cultural appropriation, and we need to get to more assimilation. We need the people who come to this country, and this is what the president's getting at, the people who come to this country need to put America first, not their native homeland first. They need to be American and add to America their rich traditions as well, and it improves our country overall.
You're at the intersection of politics, news, culture, and current events. It's the Erick Erickson Show.
251 Coolray Carrier, WSB 24-hour traffic center. Better news in Norcross. Crash is cleared off to the right. All lanes open. 85 southbound. Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. So the delays back up toward Duluth should start to improve. Still slow into Kennesaw out of Marietta with right lane construction. 75 northbound before Chastain Road, exit 277. Actually, they're picking that up right now out of the right lane, so hopefully that will help out that ride. Traffic brought to you by YRefi.com. Is private student loan debt ruining your life? It doesn't have to. Just go to YRefi.com, and that's YREFY.com, and get your life back. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
No way!
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is at 5
I am
p.m.
so excited.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in, we'll work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Your non-stop news source, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hello there, it is Eric Erickson here. Well, 238 years ago today, these words were released to the public for the first time. You might recognize them. They're pretty impactful words that have changed the history of the world. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America. It is, of all the global constitutions that are in use today, the shortest. It's also the oldest. Very, very important words. Done in convention by the unanimous consent of the states present the 17th day of September in the year of our Lord 1787, and of the independence of the United States of America the 12th, in witness whereof we have heretofore subscribed our names. The Constitution of the United States of America, passed by the Constitutional Convention, signed by George Washington as President and Deputy from Virginia, ratified by the Convention today and submitted to the states for their ratification. A big deal. It did change world history and has served as a model for all the constitutions that have come after it, and still the oldest in use, separating itself from our ancestors, the British, who have still no written constitution. Now, I wanted you to go to visioncomputers.com today if you need a new computer. They can build you a computer. They'll make it a great computer. They'll save you some money. Visioncomputers.com. You can also call them at 404-COMPUTE. They can build your computer or upgrade your computer. If you've got a computer running Windows 10, they stop security patches in a month on October 14th. You won't get updated security patches. You need to be up to date and make sure your computer is up to date. Vision Computers can help you. 404-COMPUTE is the phone number, or visioncomputers.com. We have one of their computers in our house. Their tech support is hands down the best I have seen. Day or night, 24/7. You can get them on the phone. You don't have to email. You call a number, 15 seconds or less, anytime, day or night. They answer, and they can take care of your tech need, answer your questions, help you. They can even remote in. They can do this for yourself. They can do it for your business. They can do it for all your employees. They can be your managed IT service nationwide. 404-COMPUTE or visioncomputers.com. Call Vision today.
Everyone has an opinion.
I've had some great Mondays. I'm having a good Monday right now. Look at beautiful outside.
That nice loud shirt.
Eric Von Haessler has an opinion.
It's a citrusy, summery, I think breezy kind of shirt.
And some advice.
But just remember this.
Eric Von Haessler, today at 3.
I never have and never will smoke a cigar.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
WSB consumer expert Clark Howard.
LA Fitness is in the news being sued by the federal government. Why? Because they've been playing a game of cat and mouse, allegedly, that if you've signed up for a gym membership with LA Fitness and its associated brands, that they make it essentially impossible for you to cancel. And so I'm not specifically picking on LA Fitness. I want you to know this is a historical problem with fitness centers and with gyms, that they make it really, really easy for you to sign up and make it super hard for you to quit. And so know that going in. Second thing, I don't want you to sign a contract for a gym. If you're going to join a fitness center, I want you to join ones that you are a month-to-month member and that you can quit at any point with proper notice. I'm Clark Howard.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story. The Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates.
The Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 0.25 percentage point. It was the first cut since last December.
Money analyst Jill Schlesinger on what this means for average Americans.
The Fed's decision means that it will be slightly less expensive to borrow money, whether that means you carry a credit card balance or maybe getting a new auto loan or a